I'm saying, yeah, do you think that it's wrong that people think about women in that way? That's what I'm asking you.
I'm going to say, honestly, looking at it from an outside lens, I can't really comment on that because I don't really care.
Oh, God. Then why'd you ask us to ask you questions?
No. That's my answer.
I think it's good that it's that way because there's checks and balances to life. So it's wrong that men are born poor and have to become rich, and we don't get the same accesses and privileges that women do. So the only way to check and balance that is women are given their money up front and they have to spend it correctly, otherwise they die poor. Men are given no money up front and they have to work hard to create it, and if they do create it, then they get to have the abundance of options. So whether we want to accept it or not, women are looked at as sex objects and men are looked at as success objects. And if you guys don't believe me, we have an entire porn industry, an OnlyFans industry, a strip club industry, no offense to you, where women are able to monetize on their sexuality. If things were fair, there'd be male strip clubs too. Last time I checked, ain't no Chippendale dancer making a quarter of what a female dancer makes.
Look, when I was broke working at Chick-fil-A, ain't nobody wanted me, right? I had to level up, you know what I'm saying? Be successful, learn how to invest, all that shit at the very beginning. And now that I made it to a certain level, that was easier. But was that fair? Probably not, but I had to make it work. Same thing with men and women. Like, yeah, you might be looked at as a sex object, but like, it's what it is. You got to either adapt with it or complain, but that's all you really can do. Adapt or complain.
Yeah. Men complain when they're young and can't get girls. Women complain when they're older and can't get a husband.
Yeah.
Okay. I think just going back to the question though, I think it's a little unfortunate that you guys don't want to at least even just say that you think that it's wrong. The reality is wrong. Because look, that the fact that that's the reality, that's the reality. Of course, yeah, I see that. But the fact that you guys just can't answer my question and say
because
yes, I
men
think
are
it's
objective.
wrong. It's a little telling. And you know what? You guys are saying the whole time that we don't want to answer questions, but you guys didn't even answer my question. So
we did answer.
We just did.
No,
multiple times.
You guys, you said no comment. Multiple times you guys said I can't comment on that. No comment. No, but that's fine if you know.
We just gave you a long ass answer.
You just don't like the answer
of why reality is the way it is.
But if you would have asked us, we would have like, okay, but what do you think? What do you think? What's okay? But don't worry about what other people are outside of it. But how do you?
This is the difference between how men and women think. This is a perfect example right now, guys. Take your fucking notebooks down. Notice how we said we accept reality, right, for what it is. Fuck our feelings. We accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
You guys want us to get on the female lens and feel it's wrong or right.
Our hope.
And we're telling you that reality is immoral, so we don't care. Men aren't, our feelings are irrelevant. We accept objective reality. So, how do I feel about this? We don't feel anything. We accept it.
I understand the reality, but this was the part of the show that you guys were saying, do you have any questions for us? And I was asking you for your opinion, and you guys were saying, I can't comment on this. Maybe you guys should just watch this podcast back and see what I was saying, because I feel like you guys are not understanding, or you just don't want to say the words, which I understand because this is what your podcast like relies on. This is your whole basis of your podcast. You guys are like reframing misogynistic ideals for modern men to consume and be okay with. So, but that was my question. And if you guys didn't want to answer it, that's fine.
What was misogynist?
Yeah, can you tell us what was misogynistic about the podcast?
Please tell us.
You guys can just scroll through your Instagram page, you guys.
Can you tell us what was misogynistic?
Just one thing.
One thing?
Because that's a pretty serious claim.
It is.
That's a pretty
you guys have your preferences claim. And you guys have your preferences, which is fine, but there are definitely some misogynistic tendencies you guys have, especially throughout your Instagram page. Yeah, for example, on one of your posts, I believe you said there was an example that you wanted to hook up with a girl, she didn't want to hook up with you, which is fine, like you said it was fine.
Yeah.
But I had to put her in her place. So I said, okay, guys, if a girl doesn't want to hook up with you, that's fine, but put her in her place. You got to call another girl in front of her and let her know. Like, it just seems like in that little video I saw, it's like your ego is so hurt by the fact that a woman doesn't want to sleep with you that you have to go out of your way to disrespect her instead of just leaving her apartment and going. You have the freedom to do what you want to do. You want to go sleep with 5 girls after her? That's fine. But it's just like, you guys definitely have those misogynistic tendencies. And I see it in your comments, girls, going off in your comments. And it's just like, but I get it. This is the basis of your podcast. This is why guys watch your podcast. Your fan base is just like you guys, a lot of the time, I'm sure. But I mean, it's interesting to hear. And I thank you for inviting me. And
all right, so hold on. No. I gotta rebut that real quick.
No, of course, yeah.
So, okay. So when a woman says, I don't want to have sex, is she she's making a boundary essentially, right? She's saying she doesn't want to have sex, right? So what is wrong with me also having a boundary and saying, if you don't want to have sex, now you no longer get my attention, leave? What is wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so how is that misogynistic that I'm exerting a boundary as well in response to her exerting her boundary?
No, saying to leave is fine. I'm saying, you said that you're like, no, guys, you got to put her in her place. You got to put her in her place, and in that moment, you got to call a girl in front of her. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I said I'll call a girl in front of her.
Yeah.
But the point is that you need to remember, keep in mind that I'm teaching men, not women.
Mhm.
So what a lot of guys will do is they'll let their girls sit there and continue to get their non-sexual attention and think it's okay.
And hope.
Reinforce.
Oh yeah.
You're reinforcing undesirable behavior from the woman, and you're letting her know it's acceptable for you to withhold sex from me. And what I'm telling men is, no, that's not acceptable. Kick her out of your house. Just like you have the ability to exert your boundary. I don't want to have sex. I don't feel comfortable. Cool.
That's fine.
On the male side, I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you anymore now. You have to leave. The problem is this, ladies. Anytime a man exerts a boundary, right, of what he wants from a woman, especially if it's sexual, it's considered misogynistic. So in other words, it's okay for women to say what they want from men, but it is not okay for men to say what they want from women. And what we simply tell guys is, you have the option to kick her out too. You don't have to sit there and tolerate her leveraging sex against you for compliance. That is not misogynistic. Do you know what the definition of misogyny is?
I'm saying that's not you telling her to leave or you leaving is
What
not
does misogyny mean?
misogynistic.
What does misogyny mean?
Misogyny, it's like being against women in general.
No, it is the hatred and or contempt of women.
Yes. Thank
Where
you
do
for
we
that
say we hate
dictionary
women?
Definition.
Please tell us where.
Where do we hate women?
Where?
Where do you hate women?
Yes.
Is that the only definition of misogyny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why
Very, very strong words.
It's a very that's
And
a very
you've also-
serious accusation. So if you're going to say that, then back it up with we have no problem
Yeah,
with
I mean,
you
I
saying we're
just
misogynists.
gave you a whole example. You can play it back on the podcast later if you want to listen to it again. But you've even called a woman a bitch on your podcast live. Sorry for saying the B word.
Hold
by
on.
the way, but
How does me exerting a boundary show that I hate women?
Maybe she meant patriarchal, not so
No,
much
no,
misogynistic.
Let her answer it.
Let her answer it.
Not you.
Wait, if we call
I
someone
already
the B word-
explained it wasn't the fact that you were setting a boundary. You were saying in the video, oh, I have to put a woman in her place because she doesn't want to have sex with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and call a woman in front of her just to make a point and make her feel disrespected. And it's just like that type of behavior is just so unnecessary. If your ego is that hurt that a woman doesn't want to sleep with you, then just leave or just tell her to leave. Like, why do you have to be disrespectful like that? And then like on another video, you were on live calling a woman a bitch. It's like, I just think that's a little disrespectful, very disrespectful.
Okay, so there's a couple things that here. So number one, by telling a girl to leave, that does not mean that I hate women.
I didn't say that.
That's what misogynistic means. Means you hate women.
That's what you're saying, basically.
I didn't say because he told her to leave. That's misogynistic. I'm saying he was saying that guys, you got to put women in their place. Like if we're some submissive dogs that need to be put in our place. Like, no, we don't.
Who leads relationships, men or women?
Who leads relationships?
Yeah.
Men most of the time. Yeah.
Okay. So by asserting dominance, what are you doing? You're taking leadership of the relationship, right? Or the interaction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're asserting dominance, which is what men should do and what makes men attractive in the first place. So attraction isn't moral, as I said before. And nowhere in there did I say I hate women by exerting a boundary. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a woman saying, I don't want to have sex. And it's also nothing wrong for me to say, you need to leave and I'm going to call another woman. I'm in my own home. I can do what I want. If I want to call a woman in front of her, that's whatever. But that in no means I'm a misogynist.
I'm saying the way you talk about women.
lame.
Yeah. And it's just, I'm saying the way you were saying it. Oh, if a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, men, you have to put her in her place.
Okay,
Like
we
I
gotta use
hate
logic here.
repeating myself.
You're going off of feelings. Like
So it's not what he said, it's how he said it, right?
No, it is what he said. He said what he said in the video. You guys can play it or rewatch it. I don't know what you want to do. And like I said, you've called women a bitch. The B
when did
word
I call a woman a bitch?
When?
It's on your Instagram page. I saw it yesterday.
Okay, so hold on.
What she do? That
Hold on. Yeah, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I've called men bitches. I've called
Yeah.
women bitches. I've insulted everyone. Here's the thing that you don't like. Women have fought for equality. Therefore, they're equal and they can make their own decisions, correct? From a society standpoint, right? Same rights, same privileges, whatever. I can't think of a right or a privilege that a woman has that a man doesn't. I can find privileges that women have that men
A
don't.
lot.
So, with that said, women are free to make their choices. The difference is that there's consequences to these choices. You don't want to have sex? Cool. Now you must leave. Nothing misogynistic about me exerting a boundary just like she did. Number 2, calling a woman a bitch. Under what context? Because if a woman is acting rude or crass, she can be called a bitch just like any other woman and or any other man. I insult everyone the same. I've kicked men off this show. I've kicked women off this show. So calling a women don't get privilege for being women just to act ridiculous and not be called out on it. If I call a woman a bitch, under what context was it? She probably did something wrong for me to call her that. Are you a misogynist because you refer to other women as bitches? I'm sure you have referred to other women as bitches. Are you a misogynist for that?
When women refer to other women as bitches, it's like, oh, hey, bitch. It's not like you're a fucking bitch. Like, no, sorry.
Okay, have you never called a woman a bitch in a degrading form? To shit on her, or you fucking bitch? You've never done that.
Of course, I've called a woman.
Are you a
B word
misogynist?
before. No, but
Okay.
I'm trying to say that in that video, what you were doing is like, it seems like your ego was so hurt that the girl didn't want to sleep with you that you have to go out of your way to call a woman in front of her just to make her feel bad. And like you were talking about women in a way that you have to teach them a lesson if they don't want to sleep with you. And it's just like, why can't a woman just not want to sleep with you because she doesn't want to sleep with you?
And that's okay, but
and you
there's
don't have to take
consequences to that.
Why should there be consequences if I don't want to sleep with you?
If you don't want to sleep with me, why should I continue to give you attention? You're not entitled to my time or my attention. That's the problem. So women are not entitled. I'm going to say that again. Women are not entitled to a man's time, attention, or resources if she does not want to reciprocate on her end and give him sexual access. You are not entitled to it. And for a man to exert boundaries and say, listen, you got to get out and or call another woman in front of her, it doesn't matter. You no longer want to give what the man wants. He's within his right to kick you out any way he sees fit, just like you are within your right to withhold sex from him.
Like you just said there should be consequences if a woman doesn't want to sleep with you. That
yes,
is so troubling. Like,
how's that troubling?
Is just, you don't see how that's weird? Like, that's just weird.
So it's okay for you to have multiple dates with a guy.
Consequences?
Hold on. It's okay for you to go on multiple dates with a guy, right? Pay for everything, and you never sleep with him. That's okay too, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is he entitled to having sex with me just because he takes me on dates?
No, I'm saying if you go multiple dates with a guy, right? Yeah. And you feel like, you know what? I don't want to give him sex. That's okay, right?
I think you should do whatever you want to do on guys. And like sexually, if you don't want to have sex with a man after 5 dates, you don't have to.
Perfect. So if he wants to call a girl in front of you, that's his prerogative, right?
Of course. I'm just saying he was saying to do that as a consequence because to shame a woman because you're not having sex with me. I'm gonna call someone and make you feel some type of way.
Yes, because the consequence is him calling a girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing as a girl, punching a guy for not having sex.
Punching a guy?
No, punishing.
Oh, punishing a guy.
The point is that it's okay for women to withhold sex from men with zero consequence, but it's not okay to kick out girls and or hold them to some kind of consequence when they don't want to give sex.
You can do whatever you want. Exactly. I just think in the video that I'm talking about, you guys were saying it in a very disrespectful way, saying that there should, and like you just said, there should be consequences if she doesn't want to sleep with you. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, guys are not entitled to your body, like regardless how many
and you're not entitled to a man's time.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. I've been talking too much.
I get what you're saying, but he probably didn't mean it in that way, But it does sound a little rapey, just a little bit.
No. Yeah. See, this is the thing.
Man,
and this is why this podcast is so important.
Yep,
guys, this is the reality of the world. Women want to be able to exercise the discretion to give you sex anytime they see fit, but they don't want you to exercise the discretion to withdraw attention and or time at any time you see fit when you no longer get what you want.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I literally said she doesn't want to give me sex. She's got to leave. But you guys have a problem with that when I say there's consequences. Just like it just.
No, I'm saying the manner in which you're going about it and saying that women have to be, like I said, have to be punished. Like there's consequences because you don't want to have sex with me. That I have to make you feel bad because you don't want to have sex with me. If a woman does not forgive you
desired behavior, you should punish that bad behavior.
And you were talking about women as if we're like these dogs that have to be submissive and like trained into being these submissive creatures that, it's like there's just something wrong with that to me.
Well, just so you know, right? Most Western women are not feminine at all. Mm-hmm. So to be a part of a man's lifestyle, hey, she may need to be trained to be feminine. So like that's normal. So women in Colombia,
Yeah, we should play the video.
oh,
We should play the video. Let's
down.
get the video and play it. We got 11,000 live viewers. Because here's the thing: if you're gonna call someone a misogynist, then you never need to be able to back it up. So we will give you the access to the video. Which video was it? Let's go on our Instagram,
TikTok,
and pull it up. Was it TikTok?
I think it was TikTok. We posted on Instagram.
Okay.
I think so.
So is it on IG?
Yeah. So go
Yeah,
to
it's on IG,
Fresh and
'cause you
Fit.
want- yeah, I guess it's on IG somewhere. We're gonna go on the Fresh and Fit one. And here's the thing: like I said, this isn't to attack you or anything, but it's just like if you're gonna make a claim and say someone's a misogynist, which is a pretty
And look,
yeah, that's a pretty serious
I
accusation.
get how you feel, but to say misogynistic, man, that's a
No, look,
whole
and
nother dynamic.
You guys may think that, like, obviously it sounds like I'm being very harsh right now, but I'm not saying you guys are flat out going to be saying misogynistic things like, oh, women ain't, shit, whatever. But I'm saying I can tell that you guys have a lot of misogynistic tendencies in the way you think, maybe. And like,
oh, really?
I feel like you guys should be a little, I don't know, just be a little open-minded to that, I think. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like being open-minded to your flaws sometimes. I think everyone should be.
So you're saying that we hate women, basically?
When did I say that?
Misogyny is the hate of women.
Yeah. You're saying that.
You're taking this to the extreme. I said that you guys, just like a lot of men, have some misogynistic tendencies. And I think you should be open to like maybe understanding some of your flaws, just like, I should be open to understanding my flaws. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We can all improve in a lot of ways.
Okay, but we're asking you. You said we're misogynist.
No, Chris?
Yeah, you guys have.
Okay, so all right, let's which video is it? Which one?
Down. Some more. I think it's a TikTok.
Which one is it?
Come down.
It was on Instagram. I forgot what it was called.
Come down. You got one of the older ones. Come down.
Damn. So you scroll all the way down to find a video?
I don't remember exactly where it was.
Okay, come down.
I'm still trying to figure.
I think it's this one here.
Was it this one?
Yeah.
No. I don't want to have bedroom fun.
Yeah,
is that one it?
On left hand side, Chris.
I think, I'm not sure.
That one, yeah.
Is this one it?
Play.
All right.
This is it.
This is it, right?
When a girl's at your crib and she says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun," totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl, okay? And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. Competition anxiety spikes, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell her, "Listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later." And you tell her to leave. Simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase, replace.
Okay. What part about that was misogynistic? Please tell me, because that to me makes common sense. If you don't want to have sex with me, cool. It's in your right. You can leave if you want to. But guess what? I got my rights as well. I want to get laid. Hey, Susie, what's up? Come through.
Of course.
What's wrong with that?
So what is misogynistic about that video?
Of course, no. You have your right to whatever you want to do after that. But I'm saying, you don't see the part in the video where he's like, you said you have to manipulate the woman just because she play these mind games because she didn't want to have sex with you. Yeah, like give her anxiety, like literally give a woman anxiety because she doesn't. Yeah, because she doesn't want to have sex with you. You said it.
There's no manipulation
in the video. You just said it.
Yeah,
she can leave at any time. What do you say? Respect her boundaries. Yep. She can leave.
Did you not hear it? Did you not hear the video? He said
competition anxiety.
You have to create a competition anxiety. So you want to give a woman anxiety because she doesn't want to have sex with you? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously you don't understand how women work.
You said it in the video. I mean,
but I get the point of the video too, where like if that's what you're looking for, just to hook up, the other person has to respect that.
Exactly.
And if you tell them
clearly
it's okay
they don't respect it because you guys are saying we're misogynist for exerting that boundary.
You should be tactful, like when you talk to people. Like you have to be. You don't have to, but it's the right thing to do to consider their feelings. You could be like, "Hey,"
she clearly doesn't consider my feelings.
You don't have to call her in front of the girl.
Here's the thing.
You could just be like, "Hey, can I gotta do something?
Why should I respect her feelings when she's not giving me what I want? She's not respecting my feelings. So why should that's the problem. Women want it one-sided. I want you to treat me like a princess regardless of whatever. I want you to give me the attention, whatever. But when a man puts his foot down and says, "Listen, I have boundaries too, and I have requirements as well. You don't want to fuck it out."
That's not.
And I was very polite about it too. But if I call another girl, right? Here's the thing: I can't choose how a woman feels.
It's fine.
If I call another girl, it's called competition anxiety, which means Other girls want guys that other women want to be with. So if I call another girl and she feels competition anxiety, it's not my fault that she feels that way. I'm doing what I'm going to do. How she feels is irrelevant to me.
Right. It's fine that she does, that you do tell her, you know, hey, I'm looking for like a hookup or whatever. So like, you know, it's fine. Like I can have somebody over, but to actually call somebody in front, like that's kind of like, it's like a little disrespectful, you know.
Lame.
It's
Yeah, it's very
disrespectful. Hold on.
lame.
No. It's disrespectful that she doesn't want to have sex.
It's disrespectful that a woman
Yes,
doesn't want to have sex.
because-
Disrespectful to who though? To
Okay,
you?
it's disrespectful because
Or-
I've spent my time hanging out with this woman and she doesn't want to have sex.
4+
So
hours,
therefore,
money.
she doesn't
time.
want to have sex. Cool. You got to leave now. Like I said, it is
That's fine.
that's the problem.
Well,
Like it is okay for women to exercise they're able to leverage sex against men for compliance, but it's not okay for men to leverage attention for compliance.
Well, that if that's been established at that point, that's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's
I mean-
implied though, because if you're going on a date with a guy and then you're like, you know what, I'm going on a date with a guy, spend hours with him, have him spend the money, and then you go to his place and you're like, you know what, I don't want to have sex. That's mad disrespectful. Why don't you tell him in the first place, you know what, I don't like it that much, but if you're the woman, say, hey, you know what, I don't like it that much, but let's be friends and then see what happens. No sex tonight. Tell them up front. Don't wait. Don't play this kind of
But
mouse
some
game.
people they
I-
like
I-
having
I
sex
have
on the
something-
first
I have
a
date,
perspective and I have a different type of view. So
Sure.
in my opinion, I feel like if you go on a date with a guy and you don't like the guy, and let's say, like you said, you've been dating for a long time, if he invites you to his house, don't go to his house. Some girls go to a guy's house and like
Facts.
they're in bed with the guy
Yep.
and they're cuddling with the guy
Yep.
and they're there making out with
This makes
you,
sense.
Half
doing the
naked.
most, and then
Yeah.
when the guy tries to make a move, they're like, whoa, I'm out of
I
here.
like
Like,
it.
no, don't end up in his room, in his bed, if you don't want to do
Yeah, this
anything.
makes
There you
sense,
go.
though, at that
From the
point.
beginning, if you're at dinner and you have no intentions of being with that guy, do not go home with them.
I got work in the morning. I
no,
gotta go home early.
You don't have to do that. Cuddling and the whole thing, that's not not gonna work.
The point I'm trying to make, which you guys just don't understand, is a man's attention is not free, just like your sex isn't free. He is not entitled to spend another second with you if you don't want to fuck. And that's the problem that women have here. You went to the extent of calling me a misogynist for exerting a boundary, which the woman also exerted as well. It was in response to her asserting her right. I don't want to have sex. Cool. You no longer are going to get my attention. How is that misogynistic than me hating women? I think that's me being intelligent about my time.
I've repeated myself like 5 times, but I'll say it again.
The definition of misogyny: hate and or contempt for
First of all,
women.
I think you guys are not straight up misogynist, because that would be stupid to be a straight up blatant. I don't think you're blatant about it, but you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies, which I think that's the key of this podcast, that you guys are able to reframe these ideas into a way that's consumable for like the modern men to be like, oh yeah, this is okay to listen to, which is a whole other thing. But I was just saying that the manipulation part and like the entitlement that you felt in that video just because a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, the audacity, you have to punish her, you have to play these manipulative
So
games.
why are you entitled to his time then?
I'm not entitled to anyone's time.
You're saying by me removing her from the place, then she's
no, I
entitled to
didn't.
my
I
time.
did not say that. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
No, because you said it's misogynistic.
Playing those manipulative games, like why the what you said in the video, that you feel entitled to having sex, that you feel like there should be consequences to the fact that she doesn't want to have sex with you.
Yes, there are consequences.
What's wrong with that?
She no longer gets my attention. That's
If-
the consequence.
If I'm out with a
No.
girl, right, and obviously I know what I want, she knows what I want. Why even come to my room? Like, I'm just saying, look,
Yeah.
if you're not into the guy, you're not into that. Understandable. It's your choice. You can
Yeah.
walk away, say, you know what, this was fun. I gotta go home. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
It's done. Right there, it's done.
Mhm.
But to go to this spot and then be like, all right, I don't know, da da da. What is that? Like, just don't show up.
Sometimes people don't like to give everything the first time they meet someone, because that can be a little overwhelming.
And that's fine.
So maybe they might want to sleep with you the few days later, maybe.
Here's a problem. We're
Couple
talking about
weeks,
what the woman
but-
wants. What about what the man wants? Why is it when a man exerts what he wants, it's misogynistic? That's the problem. It's not
I mean,
misogynistic.
you're both.
No,
it's
no,
a
no, no,
two-way
no,
street,
no,
you're
no.
both
It's
each
not
other,
misogynistic.
right?
It's not
So-
misogynistic. It's realistic. For every action, there is a reaction. You just don't like the reaction because you no longer benefit from it. We tell men on this podcast, if women don't want to have sex with you, that's within their right. But it's also within your right to kick her the fuck out your house and get a girl that will. The problem is that when women no longer get what they want, right? The attention, resources, whatever, the guy is misogynistic. But if the guy continues to hang out with her and doesn't get what he wants, it's okay. It's okay for women to continue getting what they want, and it's not okay for men to exert boundaries. And then you went as far as to say, I'm going to keep going on this. I'm not going to stop until we get to the bottom of this. What about what I'm saying is misogynistic, the hatred and contempt of women for exerting a boundary?
I already said that a lot of your videos have the misogynistic tendencies. You're not a blatant misogynist. And I already said that in the video,
There's no
your
mindset.
mindset.
You can't like preface the word with blatant or whatever. Misogyny is misogyny. That is the definition.
Wait, what are
Hate
you
or
gonna
contempt
say?
for women.
Sorry.
I
Where
was
am I
saying,
openly saying I hate women? I hate women, or I can have contempt for them or whatever.
well, there's different types of misogyny. There's definitely blatant misogynists, just like there's blatant racists, and racists that are not as blatant about their racism. They're not as open about it. There's the same thing with misogyny. And like I was saying, you're within your right. If you don't want to hang out with a girl, you can kick her out. Go ahead, do whatever you want. You're within your right. I'm not arguing with you about that.
So how is exerting a right that I have?
We have it right here.
misogynistic?
Definition of misogyny: hatred of, aversion to, or prejudice against women.
Yes.
So you're saying that that's who we are.
I said you have a lot of misogynistic tendencies underlying in your videos. Yes.
Prejudice.
And I feel like you guys, I feel you guys are being very, what's it called? When you're trying to fight something very, you're getting really offended that I'm saying this. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you guys.
No, but
get
we're
triggered.
simply telling you, if you're going to make a claim and call us misogynist,
Please tell us.
I have been. I've repeated myself like
You have
5
not.
times.
No, you haven't.
Like I said,
That's the
okay.
reason why we're telling you to continue, is because that does not prove misogyny whatsoever. Exerting a boundary for undesirable behavior from women is not misogyny.
It's
Okay,
like being,
But prejudice, you're like having prejudice towards a preference towards men over women in certain areas, or like in different areas.
did you girls get what I was saying though? Did you understand what I was saying? I'm
Yeah.
saying you're within your right to kick a girl out, not want to be around her if she doesn't want to have sex with you. You're within your
That
right.
is not misogyny.
I'm saying that's not misogyny. I'm saying you're
So
within
what
your right
is?
to do
So
that.
what is misogyny then?
I was saying that the way in which you speak about women in that video, you're saying that, oh, because she doesn't want to have sex with me, there should be consequences, and you have
Yes.
to give women anxiety and make them feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's like,
but-
why?
I said you simply call another woman.
Play manipulative games? Yeah,
You
you're
call
making a
another
woman feel
woman.
bad.
Hold on. You call another woman. Competition anxiety comes. The girl will hear. The girl will be like, "Oh, who is this other girl he's calling?" Whatever. I can't choose how she feels.
You know what you're doing. You're trying to play manipulative games.
No. I'm trying to get sex, and a byproduct of that is that she's getting anxiety.
You just gotta tell her straight up, hey, I'm gonna have some company later. Can you go?
Yeah.
But you don't
No,
gotta
but-
be like,
so-
oh, hey, you wanna
girls,
come
girls,
pull
girls,
up?
Ladies, hold on.
to
Hold
my
on.
crib,
This is
you
why
know?
this is why men should never listen to women when it comes
Never.
to dating, relationships, and advice, because
Yeah.
you guys don't understand what it takes to be attractive as a man to a woman. As a man to a woman, you know what you may like or whatever it is, but you don't know what makes you attractive as a man. And having boundaries and exerting those boundaries, regardless of how she feels, is what makes you attractive. Being indifferent to female emotion. So, again, it is not misogynistic to have boundaries and exert them.
That's not what I'm saying. You are free to have your boundaries. Free to have your boundaries.
So then where are we misogynistic? I'm gonna keep
I've
going.
said it
I'm gonna keep
five-
going.
So-
You can't make claims like that and not be able to
I
back
I've
it
think-
up.
said it 5 times.
I
already.
think honestly that we should agree to disagree. In my opinion, I feel like based on what she's saying, I think that if you want to invite another girl over, you don't have to make it public. You don't have to tell her, hey,
Yeah.
another
Did I
girl's
not say-
coming
hold on,
over.
hold on, in the video, did I not say go in another room and make a phone call?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part. I understood
selective
that you would
hearing.
have made the call in front of the girl.
Selective
Based on what
hearing.
I've heard.
I said you're gonna get up and go into another room and use the phone.
Okay.
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 That's
Well,
what I
look,
said.
if you make the
Different,
call in another room and you want to invite another girl and say, hey, look, listen, it's time to go. It's time to go.
yeah, but
Why would that
Like
give
I
her
said.
social
But that
anxiety
doesn't-
but
if
that
she's
That doesn't
not
change
aware?
anything.
Exactly.
That
if
doesn't-
she's not aware? Why
Because
would
it's
that give
not
her
what he was saying.
anxiety?
It's not what he
That
meant.
doesn't
That's
make
why.
sense.
That's why it doesn't make sense. But
ladies,
it's not what
hold
he
on,
meant.
ladies. Anxiety and hatred are two different things. If you give a woman anxiety, that's not hatred.
But how
She
would
won't
she
have
get-
anxiety if she
Ladies,
doesn't know that
ladies,
you're calling
ladies.
another
No, yeah.
woman in another
Yeah,
room.
I
I
think you
can-
want her
ladies,
to know.
you wear makeup, you have different hair colors, you have stuff like that. That's playing a game. You're manipulating men's emotions to get what you want. Correct? If anything, you'll be here natural and onto the podcast. But men have certain ways to get women, and that's what he's saying. He's like, listen, I don't hate her.
It's
but
okay for you to manipulate
Yo.
the way you look and to change it and distort it to get attraction from women and attention from men. But it's not okay for men to exert boundaries, and then that's considered manipulation.
Yo,
Okay.
this example of like when a girl says to you, "Hey, I'm coming over. We're not having sex, okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, cool. Let's just chill." But you really want to tell her, we're gonna fuck. But if you tell her that off rip, she's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not coming."
Nah,
Exactly.
When she comes over, you guys chill. The vibe is there. Things happen. You can't say things like that straight up because you gotta understand, right? We understand how women work, so we're not gonna say things up front like that. You gotta do it a certain way. You gotta be smooth with it.
Women have an issue
Yeah,
with
it's
direct
not blatant
communication.
misogyny.
Yeah.
They have an issue with direct communication. So I mean, again, like I said, there nothing in that is misogynistic.
I think you guys are kind of missing what I'm saying still. But I'm just saying like
But you've been saying the same thing over, and it's not
Yeah,
misogyny. Is
I'm
what I'm
say-
trying to say. You've repeated yourself multiple times,
Okay.
and I've told you what you have said is not misogyny.
you in the video you are speaking about women as if we're dogs that need to be submissive and be taught a lesson. And it's just like I don't know if you can see that there's so many like misogynistic like
I'm teaching men to be leaders, which is inherently attractive to women.
sorry. Oh, okay.
I'm teaching men to be leaders, which is inherently attractive
but
to women.
but earlier in the podcast you said that women can't be in leadership roles, that they can't
They
lead.
cannot, which is why I said I'm teaching
So
men how
you're-
to be in a leadership role to be attractive to women.
Okay, yeah. So I would argue that also that comment that you made that women cannot be leaders is pretty misogynistic as well. But I mean, look, we all have
Okay,
different
name one matriarchy that has stood the test of time.
Just one.
Just one. Just one.
Please one.
You got you.
name a what?
A
One
matriarchy
See,
that has stood the test of time.
you don't even
A
know.
female-led society.
Female-led
That's not
society.
possible in this world.
No, I mean they're
And you
they're
mentioned earlier
having
the patriarchy.
Because
So-
of patriarchy, it's not
What's the
possible.
definition?
No,
because
they're-
of the way it was created. But it could be a different one. But it
'Cause I-
won't.
okay, hold on.
It
hold on,
won't,
'cause
but it could
everything
be.
I say on this podcast is rooted in fact. I
Yeah.
said women cannot lead and they're not capable of being leaders. You said that's misogynistic. I said, okay, that's misogynistic. Tell me one matriarchy that has stood the test of time.
I'm
a
not
female-led society.
first of all, there haven't been a lot, but I'm
There's
also
been
not
none.
I'm not a history major. I'm sorry that I don't have this written on the back of my
Okay,
hand.
well, here's the thing. If you're going to
but-
make claims like that.
No, but there's also a lot of women that tons of women representatives,
Female
senators,
presidents,
female presidents all around the world. Some of the most some of the most successful countries in combating COVID were women leaders.
Mhm.
So
That's true. In Europe, especially.
Yeah.
That's again, like I said, women aren't built to be leaders. Name one matriarchy that has existed at the beginning of time. There is none.
okay, you just want to disregard what I said. But
No,
okay.
are we a matriarchy?
I just said
Women built the world that you live in.
I just gave you
I'm
clear
sorry,
examples of
men built the world that you live in that allowed women to even be able to rise up to leadership positions within the world that men built.
yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Women have played a great role in society as well, but I just gave you examples
This is
of
hold on. This is not to say men are better than women.
I just gave you examples of women-led countries in Europe that have been doing great during the pandemic, led by women, and like
Which
you just want to
countries?
skim
Which-
over that.
Which countries?
Look it up, Google it.
Switzerland. Maybe.
How are you going to make a claim and not be able to back it up?
I don't remember the country in my head right now. I'm sorry I don't have it written on the back of my hand,
So you
like I
say it?
said. But
Yo, this is
South
comedy right
America
here.
has had female presidents.
I
In
forgot-
Europe, parts of Europe.
yeah, if you just do a
too.
quick Google search,
Yeah,
I'm sure you can
it's
find
quite-
it.
and not that much, but it's like quite a few, like a handful. or
Yeah, I'm
two.
saying so. Those are just
Yeah.
a few examples of women in leadership roles that are doing great
what's
jobs.
Your first name?
I said, why would I remember this woman's first and last
Well,
name?
you're saying it.
You can Google it.
I mean, if you're gonna make a claim, guys, you got to be able to substantiate. You
Google
can't
it.
just make like random claims. No, there is a matriarchy that's existed. There is none. Oh no, there's been plenty of female leaders. And here's the other thing too. Yeah, we have women leaders
Your
in
viewers
the
are saying
world that men have created. This isn't, ladies. You guys are thinking like I'm saying men are better than women. I'm not saying that. I'm saying men are better at certain things than women, and leadership just happens to be one of them. And as a matter of fact, and especially we say within the confinements of a relationship, men have to lead, not women. What is wrong with that? I'm teaching guys how to be leaders with women in an attractive state.
yeah, that's fine.
Is that-
Okay, and
is
a
that
part of being a
misogynistic?
leader is reinforcing boundaries and punishing bad behavior from your girlfriend that's undesirable.
I mean, we love.
I know you
females.
don't like the way I say it, but it's the truth. If I have a boundary and a girl doesn't stick to it, all right, well, you know what? I'm not fucking with you no more. Break up with her, whatever, and then she's gonna come back correct.
Like, for example, your friends flaked tonight. Did we, hate them? No. I mean, you got to punish their behavior because what happens? We have a podcasters do, and it has to be done.
There's punishment. Here's the thing: when I say within the relationship with a man and a woman, it's met with contempt. But everyone exerts boundaries. If a man doesn't pay for a first date, you punish that bad behavior and you don't hang out with him again. Correct? Or maybe he wasn't funny or cool. You punish that bad behavior. There's consequences. You don't hang out with him again. Correct? Why is it a problem when a man has a consequence for a woman, but it's not okay when a woman has a consequence for a man?
Silence.
I've just repeated myself so many times. I don't want to repeat
Yeah,
myself
the same
again.
thing over again. It's not.
But what
nothing
you're
new.
saying is incorrect, is what I'm trying to say. You keep saying having boundaries with women is misogynistic, and I'm saying
That's not what I said. How many times? I'm sorry. How many times have I said that a man can have his own boundaries? Right? There's nothing wrong with that.
But then you're saying that what we see in videos is misogynistic.
Does anyone want to reword what I said? Because I just feel tired repeating myself at this point.
No, it's not that you're tired. You've been repeating yourself. It's that you have not been able to substantiate your accusation that we're misogynistic.
I said you have some misogynistic tendencies in your content. Yeah, you do.
And you have not been able to substantiate it.
I
one
just
bit.
said, you want me to repeat myself again?
You have not been able to substantiate it because we gave you the textbook definition of misogyny, and nothing that we've shown, which is what you claimed was misogynistic, showed misogyny.
You said multiple times women can't be in leadership roles. That's a lie. Big fat lie.
But it's not a hatred of women, though. They can't be.
That's rooted in biological fact.
What do you think that?
Because we're saying they can't do something doesn't mean we hate women.
Women are incapable of being in leadership roles. Well, they are today in today's society. I'm so sorry to tell you, and they're doing great jobs at it.
Women can't be in a leadership role within the confinements of a relationship with a man. Remember, we're talking about you have a girl over at your place. Women cannot lead men in a relationship.
Okay, well then why'd you just ask me about successful women leadership roles in the world if we're not talking about that?
Because I'm
then?
saying that the world that we live in was built by men and no matriarchy has ever survived. Therefore, men are born leaders.
Okay, so then why are you asking me about world examples if we're talking about romance? I don't understand.
Because it also applies.
Okay, exactly. So women are capable of
But
leadership
for this
roles.
specific conversation, we're talking about men have to lead within a relationship, and you lead by exerting boundaries.
I think it's healthy for everyone to exert boundaries. Yeah.
Good. But men especially have to do it.
So
women and men have to exert boundaries. I was saying the way you were referring to women, that women are these, these people that have to be submissed and take and
women have
put
to be submissive for a relationship to work.
Okay.
I mean, did
you or did you not say earlier? I said who leads in a relationship? You said men, correct?
A lot of times men do. Yeah.
Okay. So for a leader to exist, someone must submit to their leadership, correct?
Okay, yes. What about
You're using submission as if it's a bad word. Submission is not a bad word. Following a man's lead is not bad.
I think anyone who watches that video can see the undertone of the video and say, yeah, there's a misogynistic undertone to that video, because you're talking about women as if they're these people, these things, these beings that because they don't want to have sex with you, there's consequences to not wanting to have sex, and that they have to be submissed and like put into control because they don't want to have sex with you. And yeah, there's a misogynistic tone to that. And it's a very, honestly, pretty rapey misogynistic tone to that contributes to like a lot of sexual violence against women all over the world.
At what point did he say to put a hand on a woman? At what point?
How's that rapey?
Did I say that? It didn't come out of my mouth.
You said
you
rapey.
just said rapey.
Some people might interpret it.
Some people interpret it as that.
You might
yeah.
think of it like in an innocent way, but
how is telling a woman to leave after she doesn't want to have sex rapey?
No, it's the consequence.
No. If you're not gonna say this, hell no. We going all.
He said to leave.
Yeah.
No,
how is that?
It would be the opposite. But I'm saying she's referring to the part where he says there are consequences. Some guys might see, consequences.
Yeah.
I gotta take.
I'm not saying you see it as that. I'm not saying you do at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a lot of men take that type of mentality and they take it like to a different extent, and they, there's
we don't operate on what ifs, could haves, and whatever.
Okay. Well, that's the reality.
I'm saying no, it's not the reality, because I'm simply saying woman doesn't want to have sex. Cool, you must leave. Period. There's nothing rapey about that. If anything, in the video I said I respect your boundaries, but you have to leave.
There you go.
And then you said this podcast, so you're addressing us in this studio. You know what I'm saying?
Content. As misogynist.
Content.
So misogynistic, and it comes off as rapey. Under where did we say there do anything that is rapey?
Every girl I deal with never ever said that to me. Any girl on the show that's been on the show never said that either. So you're saying that right now. I want you to tell us exactly why
as well. She didn't like
why you're saying that. If you tell us why you're saying that and there's facts behind it, I'll believe you.
Like I said, I'm not saying you guys are rapey at all. I'm not saying that. I'm sure you guys are not. I'm sure you guys would never do something like that. That's not what I'm saying.
You said it comes off as rapey.
I'm saying that contributes to that type of mentality that men have, that they feel so entitled to a woman that, yeah, a lot of times they commit acts of sexual violence against women. And it's unfortunate and it's true.
On the contrary, we're telling them to not do that and to find another girl.
He just told him to leave.
What?
Like, okay,
Yes,
I can
yes.
understand if he said to hold her down,
Hold her
pull her by the
down,
neck,
lock
Yeah.
the door.
make her
Call a
submit.
girl.
He said
No,
to leave,
I'm
call
not
another
saying,
girl.
but I'm not saying about the fact that he told her to leave. I'm saying about the fact that you guys in that video were saying that women are these beings that need to be
Not beings.
submissive, that need to be taught to like be put into their place if they don't want to have sex with you.
Pause.
Like,
Play the video one more time, Chris,
Oh
because
my
I didn't hear
Yeah, where did I
any
say?
of that.
Where did I say put her in
Hold
her
on,
place
play the
and she has to
video.
have sex with
Chris,
you?
play the video one more time, please.
Yeah, like
'Cause
nah.
I did not
we're gonna
hear
go all the way with this.
none of that.
If you're
Like,
gonna make
what the
claims like this,
fuck?
you gotta back it up all the way, man. And we got
Oh.
11,674
Guys,
people
like the
watching
video,
right now.
come to the channel. 'Cause this is crazy right now. I can't believe this.
Yeah, see, she got you because of her flexible definition of misogyny. Nail down the definition and you stop her. Exactly, which is what we're saying. If you're gonna make a claim, ladies, you got to be able to stand on it.
'Cause
with-
look,
with 2 feet
We love women
all the way. Yeah,
all day, every day. But
we're gonna play
to
it again.
say that,
Where
man.
do I say that?
Once again, come
All
on,
right, let's play it again.
play the clip.
At your crib and she says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun." Totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl, okay? And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. Competition anxiety spikes, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell her, "Listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later." And you tell her to leave. Simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase, replace.
How is that grapey? He said to leave, and you know what? Someone else, if they're down, cool.
Yeah.
If not, it's cool.
yeah, the actions in that video are not wrong. I'm saying you're entitled to leave. You're entitled to tell her to leave. I'm just saying
No,
that.
but you point out that video many times. That video is
Yeah,
for women.
yeah, for sure. The mentality of that video that you have to play these mental manipulative games with a woman because she doesn't want to give you her body. Yeah, I mean, there is something wrong with that, I think.
I would say it's pretty straightforward.
If
You're
I tell
telling
her to
leave.
leave,
You could have
how is that?
texted the girl, another girl, and be like, "Hey, can you come over later?"
If I'm in my
Without
own home,
having
why
to-
should I
That's
change what I'm?
rude. Like, it's just rude, and like
It's
we're
rude that she doesn't want to have
adults.
sex too.
Speak it to the mic. That's rude.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's rude. Like y'all don't like it. Here's the
See-
thing: women want to have the leverage at all times. I want to be able to dictate when we fuck. I want to be able to
I have
dictate
to
how
wear
everything-
makeup,
and
all
that's
kinds
cool.
of stuff to manipulate
But when a
men.
man puts his foot down and says, "I'm not tolerating this," you got to get out. That's a problem. Why is it a problem for a man to have boundaries and standards? Why is it okay for a man to say, "I'm not waiting for sex, get out"?
And you
Why is that
understand,
a
right?
problem?
This is for men, not for women.
Mhm.
Why is that a problem?
So you taking it that way, understandable. But this is for men that want to actually get laid, or for example, want to find a woman that actually wants them. Because look, if you don't want the guy, that's fine. You can leave. You can find somebody else that you want. I'll find somebody else that I want. It's simple. It's not grapey. It's like, okay, you don't want me.
And where did I say put her in her place and all this extra stuff?
I'm not saying that.
That's what you said earlier.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm responding.
Put
to
her in her place. There's consequences.
because I'm saying that you wanting her to leave, calling another, that's fine. That you do what you want to do. You have your free will to do whatever you want. I'm saying that mentality of your ego is so hurt that a woman doesn't want to have sex with you. Why should there be consequences to that? Because she doesn't want to have sex with you. If she doesn't want to have sex with you, she doesn't want to have sex with you.
But who's
and
hurt?
That's fine.
He's not hurt.
You're
He's
saying-
getting what he wants.
I'm happy. Good.
You're saying that you're obviously you feel some type of way.
No.
You obviously feel some type of way because you feel the need to play these manipulative games to make the girl feel bad. Is what I'm saying. That's the messed up part. That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually happy. You know why? Because now I know she doesn't want me like that. That's fine. You go your way. I'm gonna go my way. It's done at that point.
Then if you
that like?
If you didn't feel some type of way about it, you wouldn't be calling someone else to play manipulative mind games on her.
No.
right?
Understand, right?
Hmm.
You want to have a date. You want to have fun. Cool. I want to get laid.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. If Jackie won't do it, Becky might. What's wrong with that?
But you gotta say, Mara said, go to another room and call another girl,
And then come back.
and say, hey, listen, you're in your right to do what you want. Please leave.
But he also said that she's gonna hear you talking to another girl. So obviously your
If
intention
she
was
hears you
for
talking,
you to.
it's not the intention. It's I'm gonna
for
do
her
what
to
I'm gonna
hear,
do,
you
and a
know?
byproduct of it is she overhears it. That's on her. I'm not gonna go all, remember ladies, I'm in my own home here.
You very clearly said manipulative mind games, though, like the anxiety thing, the whole thing. So it's just like it just gives this undertone of like, oh yeah, women need to
don't
be put in their,
manipulate and play games with
women
men?
need to be. You're not acknowledging what I'm saying right now.
No, I am.
Like you're like,
Can we just agree
I'm
to
making-
disagree?
yeah, no, of course.
Nah,
and-
she
No,
made
we
crazy
can't.
I think we should
accusations.
just continue with the questions.
no, and
No.
of course, everyone's gonna have
I'm reading the
different
comments
opinions.
and they're all like,
everyone's
"Can
gonna
we
have
just
different
keep
opinions, and
going?"
that's fine.